Biggest barrier you have overcome in your pet. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to VLOGMAS. Here's another video for you, different style. Obviously, normally I'm out filming on the course or making some joke or doing something much different than this. It was raining in Arizona today, and so I didn't get to get outside, and I didn't film a video this weekend for today due to the tournament. So I figured it would be a good opportunity for you guys to maybe get to know me a little bit better and me just do a straight up Vlogmas for you guys of a question and answer. I think that I want to do these more and more. I want to start like a travel day vlog where while we're driving to the next tournament, whether it's 1 hour or it's 15 hours, we vlog it, gas station, what snacks, question and answer from the week before, how I did in the tournament, how I felt about it, my favorite dish that week. Kind of just do some stuff like that to where every single week you guys are kind of getting some knowledge into what went through my head or why I might have played bad or why I played great or what it felt like coming down the stretch or whatever it might be. I think that would give you guys a better insight on what it's like to actually be a professional disc golfer on tour versus just like playing doubles and playing singles and stuff like that. I think it would give people a better understanding of what goes through us tour players' head, when the time comes down to it. So, thank you for joining. If you're interested in the Q&A, obviously you could tell by the thumbnail. Thank you for joining. Let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so I have my laptop here. I am going to read the question off of here. So if I'm looking down, that's why it's on my computer. So I don't have to use my phone. And I'm just going to read some of these. And these are the ones that I felt like were the best questions or the questions that were the most legitimate that I could answer. And I'm just going to kind of run through them and we're going to answer some of these. So Blade, I'm going to put the question somewhere on here, so hold tight. How did you improve your putting this year? So I think the last 2 seasons I've actually putted really, really well since I switched to EV7. And I'm not saying, oh, it's just the putter, it's just the putter. I worked really hard on my putt. And I think that it's that's showing, and I think that that's something that has improved my game. I think the reason that, obviously there's been times where I've been up and I've been down, leaderboard and stuff like that. But I think overall, my putting in 2021 and 2022 was way better than it was in 2018 and 2019 per se. So I think that what I did is a mixture of more hard work on the putting green, but also believing in the putt. Like I'll show up to the hole, focusing on the drive, right? On a par 3, just say 400-foot par 3. I focus on the drive, focus on the drive, focus on the drive. But then once I get the disc down there and I'm thinking, okay, cool, I have looks like I'm 28 feet. I just tell myself from the second I pick up my bag to walk down the fairway until I get to that putt, hey, this is an easy putt. Stick to your routine, take a deep breath. This is the easiest putt you've had all day. All types of good thoughts and positive thoughts, where before I'd throw it to 28 feet and even joke with my cards, oh, another par, it's just a bad mindset to have. And I think that now that I've kind of battled that mindset and I've got more in the zone of being comfortable just saying, yeah, I'm going to make it, that's definitely something that I enjoy and that definitely makes me feel better, walking down the fairway and just being more surprised when I miss than I am when I used to make it. I'd be like, oh, I made it. Now it's like, oh, I missed. What the heck? But I think that those are just some of the little things I did to improve my putting. Fave disc you've been throwing lately. So I'm really, really, really enjoying the Scepter at the moment. It's kind of a disc that's been in my bag a lot, but sometimes I don't use it. Sometimes I do. I've been trying to work on sidearm a little bit, and it's kind of really taken over my Orange Eagle. The Orange Eagle is getting a little straighter than I want it to be. And my Glow Scepter I've now had in the bag for 2 seasons is like money. So I've really been using that disc a lot more. And then I'm using the White Heron from RPM. It's their overstable mid-range. We're branding it for my signature disc, also for USA consumption as the White Heron. That's what the original name translates over to from Kiwi, Maori to US. So just transferring the name and the language, because it's hard to say, it's hard to remember for me at least. Maybe I need to go to school or read more books or something. But so we decided to kind of rebrand it under just the same translated name, but then we're going to have the glow version be my signature disc for the year. So I'm definitely enjoying that. Looking forward to checking out the Pace as well, obviously from Finish Line Discs. I haven't actually got it yet. I think they're going to be here tomorrow or the next day, I believe. So here we have another question. What are your main goals for the Pro Tour in 2023? Main goal, just try to play my best, play consistent. Every single week, none of us, not Paul, not Ricky, not Calvin, not Gannon, none of us bring our best game every single week, but I want to bring my best possible self to every single event, every single round, every single hole. I don't think I've ever really had a year where I finished the season and been like, yeah, that was my best. That was the best I could do. So I really want to try to focus on that in 2023 and just show up to the events and put my best foot forward. And if I bogey the first 5 holes, try to birdie the next 5 to get even par, and then birdie the next 8 to shoot 8 under. Whatever it is, I just want to continue to grind on my mental game and put my best foot forward in order to just have consistent play. And I think that I've proven that my best play, is good enough to win on tour and, play great in events. And, this day and age, getting top 5, top 10, is fantastic. So I just want to focus on really just putting my best foot forward every single event, every single round, every single hole. And obviously it's a grind, and it's hard to do, but there are players obviously that do it. And I just want to become one of those players that's more consistently playing well. So here we have a question. How do you build a disc golf bag? So I think it's relatively easy in the sense of you have a putter, throwing putter per se, and you have one that goes straight, one that goes right, and one that goes left. Then you have a mid-range that you have one that goes straight, one that goes right, one that goes left. Fairway driver, one that goes straight, one that goes right, and one that goes left. And then a driver, one that goes straight, one that goes right, and one that goes left. And then I usually carry 2 putting putters, and obviously that's a variance. If you're playing somewhere it's super, super windy, you might need more overstable drivers. If you're playing somewhere that's super wooded, you might need more straight mid-ranges, so. But I think if you're just building a bag to be able to take on a plane and go play 10 different courses across the country and you can't bring any backups, that setup of just, 3 flights, 3 flights, 3 flights, 3 flights, 2 putters throughout the whole entire bag is probably your best bet. And it's kind of what I try to do. And I think that semi is why I'm able to have a pretty small bag and, carry a limited amount of discs, is because I think that I simplified my game and I could kind of make one disc do a few different flights. So I don't need 21 discs in order to, play 18 holes of disc golf. But to each their own, everyone's different, but that would be my advice to building a bag. Here's a really good question. Are you putting the Telos or Penrose? I'm currently using the Telos. I just feel in my hand that it's like the putter for me. I'm not quite convinced I actually putt better with it than the Penrose yet, but I'm going to use this off season in the next couple months to get in my backyard and really grind over some 25 footers and keep track and keep count of where did I miss, high, low, left, right. Did it fall out of my hand? Did I miss putt it? Did I slip? Was I eating gummy bears and my fingers were slippery? And just keep track of what putter over a couple hundred, couple thousand putts really says, hey, you need to use me. This year I was kind of having a putting slump, I guess you could say. I was still putting relatively good, but I just kind of wasn't as confident. And Phil sent me the Telos, and I was like, I need to putt with these. It just induced confidence in my putting. And I didn't really play much better, but I started putting much better. And so obviously that confidence, runs throughout your game when you're starting to play and, your game just overall feeling better and more confident. So right now I'm using the Telos, but I'm definitely not ruling out the Penrose. If disc golf wasn't your career, what would you have done otherwise? To be honest with you, I think that I'm fairly personal when I choose to be. And I think that being in some type of sales, whether it be real estate or, something like that, would be something I would definitely be interested in. And I've actually thought about getting a real estate license and just trying to do some homes here or there, or even just save myself fees when I'm buying a property or whatever. But I think that would be my honest answer, is some type of salesmanship. I think most people that know me would say I'm a relatively good salesman, or can at least, make points to help someone buy something or understand why you should or shouldn't buy something. I think a lot of my friends usually call me and ask for advice in situations like that. So I think that would definitely be a career path that I'd be interested in if it wasn't for disc golf. Favorite touring pro? Man, this is a really tough question. Favorite in the sense of like what they've done for the sport, I definitely have to go with Macbeth. I think that he's pushed the game to a super high level, not only on the course but also when it comes to sponsorship and stuff like that. I think that it's definitely something that he's done a great job of, and he's taken great pride in leveling up the sport. And then as for like my favorite touring pro to play with or hang out with, there's a lot of people I really enjoy their company and enjoy their friendship and enjoy, Adam and AB. I mean, we hang out a whole bunch, and obviously now I live in Arizona, so I get to see and hang out with AB even more. Adam and I mean, we love golf. We are into baseball cards. We're into all types of stuff, so we chat about that. I mean, Yuli, honestly, if it wasn't for Paul, I might have never really went on the big tour. So, Yuli's one of my best guys, but, I have a mutual respect for everybody who goes out there and, does the same thing I do and dedicates their life to the game. So I wouldn't say there's anybody that isn't my favorite per se. Maybe a few, but not all of them. But my favorites are definitely, Adam, AB, Yuli, a few other guys, but those are the first ones that come to mind. What other sport besides golf do you like to play? I've actually recently gotten into pickleball pretty heavy. I enjoy playing ping pong. I enjoy playing basketball. Obviously, I enjoy disc golf and golf. I'm pretty much will play any sport. If it's a sport and you can play it and you can hit a ball, race a dirt bike, drive a go-kart, I'm into it. But those are definitely the sports that I would prefer over playing croquet or something. Biggest barrier you have overcome in your professional career? Mental game. I'm still working on it every single day. As I touched on earlier in this video, it's something that I definitely want to harness and hone in going forward. But it's definitely my mental game that's been my biggest hurdle throughout my whole career. I feel like the skills and the talent have always been there, and it's just a matter of like the 6 inches between my ears that have kind of held me back at times. Who is your favorite ball golfer? I gotta say Cam Smith. Tiger Woods is my all-time favorite, but he's not playing as much anymore. Week in, week out, I gotta vote Cam Smith. He's got the mullet. He's into cars. I say we have a lot of similar personalities. I kind of like the steez and the swag he brings to the course, and just his overall game super tight and super nice. But I definitely root for Cam Smith now that Tiger's kind of taking a little bit more of a break. So, what advice, if any, did you give to AB while he was making his decision to leave Innova? I've always told AB the same thing I've done with my career. If you feel like you're being mistreated, I'm going to use that as a broad term, or you could get more from someone else and you're going to perform well with their product, that going to a different manufacturer, a different brand, or different retailer even like I did is what you should do for your career. Because at the end of the day, competing is huge, and the reason that you get big payouts or big sponsorship is because of how you compete. So sometimes chasing the money and maybe a product you aren't as comfortable with isn't usually the best thing that I would suggest to somebody. It's not like baseball where you go to the Reds per se and you don't get a shot at a championship in 5 years, but you made $300 million. In disc golf, the contracts are obviously getting better and better, but for the most part, your play is what dictates that next year's contract or 3 years from now's contract. So I just try to tell AB, hey man, whatever you do, make sure that you can still win tournaments and play well, and make sure that you're happy and okay with the choice. This actual sponsorship situation, I didn't know he was leaving until a couple days ago, so I didn't mentor him in this exact moment, but we have definitely had a lot of conversations about this while we're in the car driving for 20 hours or whatever it might be. If you could take one skill set from another touring pro, who and what would that skill be? I would actually have to vote Anthony Barella's sidearm. I'd say from 100 feet to 500 feet, his sidearm is incredible. He has lots of power, lots of control. He can throw it high, he can throw it low, he can flex it, hyzer flip. Definitely a skill I'm not the greatest at. My sidearm is probably proficient at best. So to have a sidearm like AB's would definitely be a very, very big bonus to me. Next, finish line disc. It actually just got PDGA approved today. Well, actually, yesterday, if you're watching this today. but it's the pace. It's going to be a putt and approach putter. It's only going to be in premium plastic to start because of my contract obligations with EV7 and them being a putter manufacturer. So I don't want to compete with them in any way, shape, or form. But we're coming out with the pace hopefully beginning of next year. It's already approved. I'll be actually throwing some in VLOGMAS, but we're still waiting for the Supra to get retooled and kind of get dialed in a little better, then put a full release on that, and then put the putter out. We don't want to clog it up too much. But yeah, next release from Finish Line Discs will be a nice putter. So we'll have a 10-speed fairway driver, straight mid-range, and then a putter. So pretty good lineup so far for our first 3 discs. All right, so as some of you know, probably one of my favorite activities is ball golf. The question is, what's your ball golf handicap? Right now, I am a 3.4, I believe. When I was living in Sacramento and playing a lot more, I think I was down to a 1.1 or 1.2. But yeah, I mean, lower single digit. Like I said, right now I would probably play twice a month. Maybe I probably played 24, 25 rounds this year. Maybe a little more, but that's if I'm like staying at Yuli's house when we're playing every day. But overall, I try to get out every once in a while. And at this point, like I said, I'm up to about a 3.5 to be safe. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching, sitting here with me, dealing with me, talking to you guys, dealing with this reflection because I'm blind, and if I go like this, I can't see. So I want to thank you guys for putting up with me, dealing with me, talking to you guys. And if you guys have any other requests or questions or anything like that, drop them down here in the comments. I'm obviously reading the comments. I'm trying my best to reply to you guys. I'm trying to give you guys the VLOGMAS content you guys want to see. So please stay tuned. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you in the next one.